Alright guys, welcome back to Project Portsmouth. This is Year 8 Part 5. I'm recording 3 episodes in a very short space of time. I think it's Part 5. There's quite a lot to show you. So we've obviously completed the transfer window. We're now mid-February. But I wanted to show you the transfers we've made. So of course, I think you've already seen our loan signings. Sardi, who's just a backup to go either up front or on the right wing, mainly on the right wing. He's played four games for us. Been terrible, but all 4 of those games were on the right wing. Or 5 games if you count the FA Cup. He's been terrible. We probably won't play much this season. Tom Howcroft, he's literally just been bought in if Renato Augusto gets injured. We still don't really have anyone to play up there in that AMC role. But if Renato Augusto's injured, this guy is the one who goes straight in the team. And he's a really good little backup. Not done anything for us so far, but hopefully he can make an impact between now and the end of the season. You probably can't see this because my face is, I'm sure, is in the way, but we've got Stefan Aquilon, who we bought from PSG only 2 years after they bought him. He didn't do particularly well for him, but to be fair, he didn't play that frequently and not a starter. He's a deep line playmaker. A bit more of a defensive-minded deep line playmaker. We paid 29.5 million on the dot for him. Apparently he's worth 35. He's really, really good. He's got incredible mental stats, good balance, good natural fitness for the most part. I think he's a really good player. You know, his vision's a little low, and I'm sure we can look to increase that through some individual training. But I think he's good. 29 million, 29.5 million. I think that's pretty good. And we've also brought in Adam Hlozek. I'm assuming a real player. I think he's good. I think we might have slightly overpaid for him, although it does say he's worth 50 million now. We paid a transfer that effectively it's like 20 million up front, rising to 40. So it's like a lot. I think 15 million over 3 years, so 5 million per year on the transfer. But I think he's a good player. Let's have a look at his history. I mean, you can't really count. He only made 1 Premier League appearance for Man City, but he did score in it. He's not had a particularly prolific career, but if we look at him in terms of his actual statistics and sort of attributes, I think he's a very good player. I don't think he's going to be, in 2 years' time, he will hopefully be a backup. I don't think he should be a starter for us for the future. But yeah, he's a good player. Obviously, it's going to rise to 40 million the transfer, so it's a lot of money. But hopefully, he can do well for us. He's done okay. He's made 2 appearances in the Premier League and scored 1 goal for us. That's not true though, because one of those was with Man City. He only made 1 appearance for us, I believe. We just checked that, didn't we? Yeah, he hasn't scored. So obviously, to make the money for that, because obviously, as you know, we didn't have much money. We made quite a few sales. So we can start with, obviously, Keanu Hoover. I believe you did see this. We sold him for 26 million, rising to 31. I think it was the right decision. Obviously, he's very versatile across the whole back line, but he was never going to be able to be a solid, Premier League player. He's a leading Championship player at 25. He's never going to be any better than that. Loaned out a few players once again, likes of Videbeek, who I mentioned, but he's not performed at all for us, so hopefully he'll do better in the Championship. In 4 appearances, got 2 assists. De La Vibora. So obviously we bought him in a free. We've just sold him for 20 million in future fees potentially. Why did I do it? We needed to raise money, and we had Jean-Claude Ntenda out on loan. That's literally the only reason. He's injury prone, hates big matches, got a competitive streak. He had a red card for us this season. Very one-footed. These are all the reasons why I've done it. We literally just made £20 million profit on him. And Ntenda is a good player. I think we can actually see him. He's not amazing, but they're very similar players. I guess going forward, you could argue that the other guy, De La Vibora, is slightly better at attacking. But I think this is a very perfectly good backup left back. So obviously he is unhappy that he's been left out of the Euro Cup squad. That is literally just because we don't have the registration doesn't allow us to have him in. Otherwise, we'll miss out on someone amazing. Another player you may have noticed, Billy Gilmore. Another player that we got in for fairly cheap, 9.25 million. Had an okay. He's never really had that many appearances in his defence. We never really played him that much. Because he was always third or fourth choice, unfortunately. That's just what happened. But he's gone to Leeds with an £18 million fee. We made profit on him. I hope he does well, all the best. But he's not defensively good enough for our system. He's not bad if there's a player playing as a DM behind him, but because there's no one playing behind him, he leaves us too vulnerable, not being good enough defensively. We've also got Ian Brown, who, one of our youngsters. The transfer could rise to, I swear it said, no, it's a 4.7 million transfer. We've got a buyback fee of about £8 million that's not going to expire. And a 40% sell on with him. And he looked good. But if we just look at him here, he's a no-nonsense fullback. He's probably slightly better as a centre-back. Well, he can't jump. Maybe not. He's just not really that good at anything. And 19 years old, we got 4.7 million for him. I think that's a fair bit of money. Just to add it to the books. Obviously, we were at this point trying to get some more money in. Obviously, this year we spent outrageous amounts of money. But yeah, we spent 292 million. Obviously, I didn't play a part in 140 of that. I had no impact, but I still spent 150 million this year. Our finances are a bit shaky. We're still losing money all the time, but only marginally every month, so we should be okay. So yeah, they're the transfers. I'm hoping we can do well. We also got Hasuni joining us on a free next season. He has got really bad mental stats for the most part, although not in the ones that are important. That's a bit unfair on him. In terms of an advanced forward, he's actually got some pretty good statistics. He's coming in on a free. He'll probably be worth 5 million. He's 19 years old. We might be able to sell him on if he doesn't improve. But what we've been lacking this entire save is someone with a good finishing stat. And he's got 17 dribbling, 17 finishing, 17 balance. Maybe he has a future. You never know. We'll probably send him out on loan. So, they're the transfers. In terms of the results, we've been pretty poor, to be quite frank with you. We've got a few horrible, stinking results in here. 1-1 draw with Blackburn. Yeah, we had all the ball. We didn't create anything. Terrible. I'm actually taking off the ball into the box to try and, literally, for the next game, to try and create something different. Excuse me. Every episode, I swear, I don't even yawn this much in general. It's just when I start recording. Renato Augusto getting a goal. What have I done? We'll generate the match report. I'll show you the goals. We scored first. A few minutes later, Herving Lozano with the goal. You can see here Renato Augusto just bursting for everyone and finishing into the far post. Really good goal. But a few minutes later, lapse of concentration. This man here didn't mark Lozano hard enough, and yeah, we just punished for not creating anything in that game. So 1-1 draw. We then got absolutely battered by Leicester. We had all the ball again, but it doesn't matter if you can't score. And I'm not even going to take you through the goals because I'm just embarrassed. So we lost 3-0 against Leicester. We then won 3-2 against Manchester United, which is actually crazy after that previous result. Obviously, I had a go at them. It was only 3 days later. We scored first. We actually went 2-0 up, and we then bottled it back to 3-2. But the 93rd minute, Samuel. Let's just take a moment to appreciate. Got 63% possession against United. Really, really good. But yeah, Jeffrey Miles with great ball over to Mjalic. Really, really well done. Liners with a ball over to Samuel, and it actually is Rashford with the own goal. They managed to get it back to 2-1 with Jude Bellingham. He was never going to miss that, was he? Let's be honest. Marcus into Twanzebe. 93rd minute, boom! Samuel smashes it into the goals. I'm trying to give Samuel some more game time because he is a very good player. He made 7 appearances, 1 goal. He's had a really good. He's been really good for us when he has played. We spent 65 plus million on 2 defenders. I can't not play them, surely. But he's happy. He's not complaining about game time, despite only having, was it 7? 7 starts in the league, in 25 games. Fair play to him. So it was nice to get, obviously, Mihalic back on the score sheet. Not been great recently. His form's definitely dropped off. You can see here, he only scored 1 goal in 7 games, then 1 goal again, 2 goals, 1 goal. He's not been great, but we are changing the system around, played him as a complete forward, as an advanced forward, deep line forward. It's going to be difficult for him. But yeah, we beat Manchester United. We then lost to Brighton in the FA Cup. We rotated massively for this game. Skip, Bar, De La Vabora, Gilmore on the left, Sadi, Machado. Obviously there's no Lopez, no Linez, no Renato Augusto, no Barral. We're always going to struggle, but unfortunately we just weren't good enough on the day. Everton, a lucky win. Again, we had a pretty much full strength team, but we weren't good enough in this game. It was actually luckily a penalty from Linez who gets us the goal. Another player who's really been struggling for us, but he has been improving in training, so hopefully that will help him for the rest of the season. Southampton, 0-0 draw. We were all over them, but we had loads of key chances, 3 chances created. We just couldn't do anything. We were terrible, especially going forward. So unfortunately, a draw. But now we have Sevilla, and then we've got a couple of things to think about now, because we've got a few players who can't play in this game. Ntenda, Sardi, Alexis, Caruso. We have to really think about what we're doing here. We're going to stick with the same strikers, but we're going to put Mihalic back onto an advanced forward. He seems to do better that way. I'm trying to think, is anyone I'm missing now? See, Aquilini is a good player. Don't think he's quite as good as Barral. Maybe slightly more well-rounded, but Barral has been very good for us this season. I think I'm actually going to put Aquilon into this game. Renato Augusto back on an attack. Linez maybe on support. I'm trying to change with their roles just slightly. I'm going to bring Luakima in, obviously he's a bit more experienced. Rodriguez hasn't been as good since he's been made a fullback, so we'll make him wing back again for this game. But I don't want to get caught out, so maybe actually we'll put him on support. Why not? And should we just go with that? This is obviously our system. I've just taken off ball into the box just before this game. We're slightly more direct, maybe play for set pieces. I'm just trying different things. I think we'll go with that. Let's go with this team. Let's get into the game. Our star ratings are going up. Obviously, star ratings aren't massively important, but our team is improving every transfer window. So let's. Oh, I just told the defence pressure's off them. It's never off them, but hopefully that isn't going to lead to our demise. They got Munir up front. He's got to be in his bloody early 30s by now, isn't he? 31, even though he's a youngster. Well, he feels like a youngster, even though he's not. Ronnie Lopez, good player, 31. It is weird. Zinchenko, Victor Lindelof. Come on. We can counter-attack from their corner. That would be lovely. But it looks like they've got a good opportunity. Munir is actually saved. It might have been going wide anyway, but it's saved by Bajic. Come on. It's not been a terrible start, but hopefully we can score. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, Mihalic in the end, who couldn't turn it into the goal. I think it might have been Armstrong's initial header. We might have been the better team so far, but we've got work to do. Oh, Hlozek. We've definitely got some difficult names in our team. Luakima, Hlozek, Mihalic, Linez, Aquilon. We've got a few difficult names in there. I mean, we need to score. Do you know what? Actually, I'm disappointed with everyone. Let's go back out there. Come on, lads. We've got more work to be done in terms of going forward. Lopez with the ball in. Hlozek. Again. I don't know how to improve. Hlozek's had a whole, awful game in terms of his average rating. Aquilon back into Mihalic. Let's go. The 19-year-old doing it in Europe once again. He's been quite good, hasn't he? Champions League, he scored one goal in 6 games. And now he's got a goal in the Europa League. Lopez with the ball. Aquilon knocks it down to Mihalic and it goes into the goal. Finally. I'm actually going to switch our wingers round because we don't really have many good wingers on the bench. Well, we have no wingers on the bench. So we're going to just switch these two round. And hopefully that will improve both their ratings. I don't know if it will. Nato Gusto. To be honest, we literally all we need to do is just not concede, and we've got that. Stop them getting our away goal. Stick on balance though. Just bring everything back just a little bit. Should we make any subs? Oh, have they got a chance here? No, Badgett's obviously does brilliantly. He's been such a revelation. Since we lost McGillivray, we didn't... Elmac was good. Okay, that's not fair. Elmac is really good. But Badgett should just take us to the next level, where Elmac could be good for any... consistently for any lower Premier League team, even though say he's Championship. But he's not quite good enough for our level. Make sure nothing's happening here. Oh no, Luakima, no! Oh, good save from Badgett. See what I mean? He just takes us to that next level. Hlozek has been absolutely woeful. Do we have a right winger? We can put Bayakov on. We can move Renato Augusto out to the left and put Howcroft further forward, which we are going to do. I think... yeah, let's bring Jeffrey Mars on, who's very much a rotation option for us at this point in his career now. He's back and forth with Luakima for that starting spot. Mihalic, Linez, running down the Linez. Ooh, lol. Come on. Hlozek. Is that going to be a penalty? No, it's a corner. Yeah. Hlozek went down to a 5.9 rating. He really did badly in this game. But we've just got a 1-0 win against Sevilla, which I don't know what that really means. They're 9th in the Spanish League. I'm not sure how good they are. I don't know if we key player is Antonio Jesus. He's not even that great. So maybe we should have been beating them a bit more comfortably. Let them know we're not happy. Especially not happy with the new boy, Hlozek. Tottenham have been keeping an eye on Renato Augusto. That's not very good. And Chelsea have been keeping an eye on Lopez. That's also not good. I do kind of want to have a chat with Hlozek after that last game, because he was really, really poor. Why am I struggling with this so much? Can we discipline fine 1 day's wages? I think that's fair. Criticise last game. It was unacceptable. Yeah, too right. Too right, it's unacceptable. So, I realise this has been quite a long... oh, look at these players. We need to make sure they're fit. We've got quite a lot of episode already, so I'm just going to cut this now and we'll come back ready for the next Sevilla game. Alright guys, so we're back at the next Sevilla game. Just so you know, we did beat Watford 1-0. Caruso of a late goal. Cato unfortunately getting injured. We shithoused our way to victory on this one. We didn't deserve to win. Our goalkeeper was outstanding. Badgett with another fantastic individual performance. And it was a late goal. Over his right hand side, Mihalic crossing it over and Caruso heading it into the goal. I swear pretty much all of his goals are headers. he manages to pick up wins like that for us. But like I said, we're not really conceding that many, except when we do, we do. When we concede loads. Anyway, going to be a bit difficult, the team selection, because Linez is injured. And we've also got the issue of... Hlozec is injured, and we've got a couple of players unregistered, so we're going to struggle to put a team together here. Obviously, Caruso comes out. I think we're probably going to have to play Renato Augusto on the right-hand side. We are. Luckily, Howcroft can play there for us. In terms of the rest of our team, let's see if Jamie Rudd's available. See what he's been up to in the under 23s. Jamie Rudd is not fit, but I tell you what, he's going on the bench. Caruso going to come off for just Elmac. Why not? I think this team I'm going to go with. I'm quite happy with having Samuel in the team still. I would like him as a ball-playing defender, however. Don't see any reason to change the team. Oh, yeah, sorry. So, is that what we're going to go with? Sure, let's just chuck Elmac in, shall we? Because he deserves it. He's a loyal servant to the club. Put him in for 200k. Not played the last 2 seasons, but we'll give him a go in the Champions League. Why not? Yeah, we've shafted ourselves a little bit in terms of our registration, but Renato Augusto is homegrown at club at the end of the seasons next year. That'll make it a little bit easier for us. We don't have many homegrown at clubs. That's the only problem. And one of them's Watmore. And one of them is Watmore, and he's still happened to be registered because he's homegrown at club, and he's going to be leaving the club probably this season. I extended his contract just so I could have him in the Champions League squad. Tom Howcroft from Cesar Lopez's corner, off the mark for the club, a header at the sort of near post. So a really nice goal. And we're pretty much, I don't want to say it too soon, we're pretty much through at this point. They need to score 3 goals. Might be able to rest a couple of players later on. And we've actually scored again, this time Renato Augusto. Cesar Lopez with the assist from the corner again. He's happy now. Now we made transfers, he's happy to stay. And I think we might be through to the second knockout round. There's a couple of changes I'll look to make early in the second half. Because there's no way they're going to score 4 goals, right? I mean, they're not playing badly, they're doing alright. But probably bring off Linez and Cesar Lopez because they're the 2 that are quite tired already. Mialic running through, done really well, and he scored. Oh, he's showing up, isn't he? Doing very well. 15th goal of the season. It's not ideal, but he's 19. We'll let him off. It's not great. We want better than 15 as our top goal scorer. You know, we want to be finishing the season with a guy with 25 goals. Seems unlikely that's going to happen. I don't think we've played a 3-0 performance, I think it's fair to say. There's been a lot closer than the scoreline would suggest. Elmac does nicely. Good to see Jeffrey Mars getting some more game time. He was our hot prospect for like 2 years. Obviously, Mark Gardner is now. He's tearing it up for the under 23s, and Mianic just missed a sitter. Yeah, Mianic... Mark Gardner, who's our hot prospect, is doing really well for the under 23 squad. Really well. We are going to take off Lopez for Aquilon, who actually is a pretty good box-to-box midfielder. You can see here, just his aggression letting him down. Everything else is perfect. Linez for Jamie Rudd, and give him 35 minutes, and that'll be it for now. Bar could do with some game time, but yeah, well, we could bring him on, couldn't we? Let's bring him on. Could be our ball-winning midfielder in that sort of central, a bit more central than what he's used to. He's usually a bit more further back down the pitch, but it's alright. But anyway, we've done really well in this game. We've not actually performed amazingly, but to be 3-0 up when we're not playing well is astounding. Samuel's just running forward here. He's giving it across to Rodriguez this time. Samuel with a great ball to Mialic. I think he's onside, and that's his second goal of the game. Lovely performance. Yeah, I mean, we were clutching at straws at 3-0, but to be 4-0 up in this game is actually unbelievable. Well, we've come through both these. People had us written off. No, they didn't. Very pleased. To come through that first knockout round unscathed in terms of not conceding a goal is really, really impressive. I wonder when we find out about our next one. Lopez on form. I think that's fair to say, 2 assists. They were both from corners, but still, you still have to put it on their head, don't you? You can see once again, Lopez and Renato Augusto are 2 prize assets. We have a lot of value in our players because obviously they're youth and they're performing in the Premier League at top level. Yeah. Anyway, second knockout round. Let's have a look. We've got a few good players in it. Man City and Arsenal being 2 of them. Playing in Dynamo Kiev, which I think this should be a pretty straightforward win. Denis Popov. He's a centre back. Got him in my Wolves save from right at the start when I first got the game. So a couple of rearranged fixtures. So that's it. Let's have a look at the competitions then. Premier League, we are in 7th. We're still quite a way off 6th place. I think we're really going to struggle to get into Europe unless we can win the Europa League or someone in the top 6 wins the FA Cup. That's the only way I think we can get in. But ultimately, we still got it all to play for. It's not over yet. If we can have a good run of fixtures, we might be able to do quite well. Praise Mialic. He's incredible for his age anyway. So what's next? What's coming up next? I don't think we're going to come back for the Dynamo Kiev game unless we are struggling in the first. If we lose or draw the first leg, I'll come back for the second leg. But if we win the first leg, I'm just going to skip ahead. We'll probably skip ahead to Tottenham, maybe. I'm trying to think ahead. If we get through, when's the next fixture going to be? Probably the middle of April. So with that in mind, I don't know, probably Liverpool or Tottenham, not sure yet. Tottenham are in first, maybe Liverpool. Yeah. Anyway, cool. Well, if you have enjoyed this episode, please leave a like on it. Happy to welcome any feedback. I know there's not been many viewers recently, but I am just getting back into the swing of things now. If you are watching and you're enjoying, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Take care and goodbye.